No, I went to the home. The word mama learned there accidentally. No, there's.
Hi there, everyone. Good evening to you. Thanks for tuning in and for watching Atlanta News First Plus, here to give you a check of the first alert forecast. And today was nice. We made it into the 70s today, actually scored a little bit of sunshine, even more than was looking most likely when we spoke about this time last night. So today was a gorgeous day. And again, if you're tuning in, we're going to start off slow here, allow some folks to tune in and to join before diving too deeply into the first alert forecast, because we do have a lot of weather to talk about, and I certainly don't want anyone to miss the details, because we have some impactful weather on the way, especially as we get into later in the work week, Thursday and a Friday, but technically the first system to impact North Georgia and our first alert is in the forecast tomorrow. Again, once again, thank you for joining. Time now is 8:05. We're talking weather. We'll start with current conditions and then slide into your Monday forecast, and then a closer look at that more impactful storm system that'll impact Metro Atlanta, North Georgia, really much of the Southwest, the Southern Plains, into the Southeast, much of the eastern third or so of the nation as we get into our late Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday period. So let's bring you the current conditions up right now. It's a mild one out there across Metro Atlanta, still in the upper 60s, February 26th after 8 p.m. So that's abnormally mild for this time of year, this time of day. Even the mountains in the mid to upper 50s, some communities near 60. That's, pretty nice. You could walk outside in a light jacket, probably short sleeves in the city of Atlanta, and we're still pushing 70, LaGrange and Locust Grove. Though notice it's a pretty sharp gradient in temperatures from Canton at 61, 67 in Atlanta, 68 Locust Grove, and it was like that this afternoon. Folks up north, we're a little cooler, 60s, mid to upper 70s, Atlanta and Point South. And want to remind you, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns throughout the duration of this conversation, we'll call it, you can holler at me on Facebook. Atlanta News First is the account to like and follow. Also on YouTube Live. In fact, noticing a lot of folks commenting in on YouTube, and I don't have that particular feed up at the moment. I can't show you that specific comment thread, but do want you to be aware that folks are chiming in on YouTube. And if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, you can navigate there if you prefer, or Facebook, Atlanta News First, the name of the account on both of those social media platforms. Hello to you, Leo. Cody Maddox, hello to you. Marley, watching from Philadelphia, actually. Max, hello to you. And Happy Roots, the screen name, the avatar there on YouTube, hello to you as well. Again, let's dive back into current temperatures. It's a mild evening across Metro Atlanta, North Georgia, unusually so, and there is more mild weather to be had. Here's a look at your Monday morning temperatures, trying to get the kiddos, your students out the door, maybe yourself out the door, struggling to do so, as some of us do on Monday mornings. The weather won't be too bad, but it's not going to be amazing either. There's going to be some patchy fog. I think we're battling some of the clouds in the morning, but at least our earliest commuters will be dry. Not much of a worry about rain. Temperatures low to mid 50s in Blairsville, mid to upper 50s in Atlanta. 57 in Griffin, 57 in LaGrange, mid-50s Carrollton, Covington, and Athens. Notice how pretty much everyone is in the 50s tomorrow morning. Not a big range in temperatures, whether you live on the north side, North Fulton, Alpharetta, Roswell, or you live down on the Fulton Industrial or South Fulton Parkway stretch, Palmetto community, for example, or the city of South Fulton. Temperatures also in the mid to upper 50s. McDonough, Henry County, well outside the perimeter, 56. So your morning commute forecast tomorrow, not a big issue. Light breeze at that time, slight chance of a shower, 10 to 20% chance through 8 a.m. We'll give you a green light, though very quickly by 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning, the winds are going to pick up, and scattered showers will increase across the area, kind of building in from west and northwest to south and southeast. That's the plan as we go through mid to late morning tomorrow on into the afternoon. So wind advisory, it is in effect 10 a.m. Monday to 7 p.m. Monday, duration of your Monday daytime hours. Wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour possible. I think many wind gusts 25 to 35, but a couple of wind gusts, some areas seeing gusts up to about 40. I think especially Cleburne, Randolph counties in Alabama, Chattooga County, Floyd County up towards Dalton, Georgia, maybe Troup and Heard counties, Carroll County, these areas most likely to see wind gusts, around 40 miles an hour. If you live in Athens, Clark County, Eatonton, Putnam County, the risk of wind gusts to 40 or stronger are a little bit lower. Max is talking about Disney on Facebook. Max, hello to you. You're a big Disney fan. Sometimes you ask about the forecasts in relation to your trips, and I I appreciate you chiming in. If you have any weather questions, comments, concerns about that North Georgia forecast, maybe you're celebrating back home here across the metro Atlanta area, feel free to holler back in. We'll check in on that YouTube comment thread as well. Obviously, a lot of weather to talk about, so some questions coming in. We have Milton watching from Brazil. It's 26 degrees Celsius down there, so a nice mild evening down in Brazil. A little muggy, I'm sure. Temperature is a little cooler than that up here, but not much cooler than that, and unusually warm. It's been that way now for a couple of weeks, and we kind of are stuck in this warm pattern. That is until we get to this coming weekend. Let's take a look at high temperatures tomorrow. Speaking of the warm stuff, Atlanta 77, 69 in Gainesville, so a little bit of a range in temperatures across the region. Gainesville just shy of 70 again with more clouds around. I think just a little cooler up in Hall County, up in the Dahlonega area, Lumpkin County, kind of that northeast Georgia corridor, a little closer to 70 flat. Athens, though, a little further south and southeast, mid-70s, Rome, mid-70s, 75, and Noonan. Let's take a look at that hour-by-hour forecast tomorrow, kind of laying out the trend there for you into the afternoon. Bear with me as I load up that weather graphic. It does look like the greatest rain chance is going to filter in about the same time that our wind speeds start to pick up. So here we are, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're dry through the morning commute. The numbers you see on your screen are forecast wind gusts. So by 8 o'clock, it's starting to get just a bit breezy. Winds really starting to pick up, though, by 10 a.m. Winds gusting 20 to 30 across the region, so a breezy day. And then as we get into noon, scattered showers all across the area. You know, hit or miss, relatively light. This is not a big rain. Not everyone sees rain at the same time. And I think there will be dry time to get some of those plans in, but just remain aware that there will be some rain showers around as you go through the afternoon and the evening tomorrow in particular. A day to keep a casual eye on the first alert forecast as windier weather builds in. You're going to have to keep an eye on that forecast as we go through our Monday. So lunch plans could be impacted. A first alert, maybe the walk home of your students from school could be dealing with some rain. First alert to that as well. Just a day to keep a casual eye on the first alert forecast. And hour by hour, we'll take you back through. Notice by noon Monday, that's when we're starting the clock again. Scattered rain. Winds really picking up as we get into the heart of the afternoon, gusting 30 to 40 in many areas. Notice that 43 Carrollton, that 40 Rome, 40 Dalton. I think the northwest side, little gustier than everyone else. Still, though, breezy to windy inside the perimeter. Winds gusting 30 to 40. Maybe a bit of a mid-afternoon lull in the rain. Still some showers around, spotty rain at least. But notice by 7 p.m. dinner time and afterward, we kind of get more showers into the metro. Kind of that last hurrah of the rain chance, and then after that, not only do we dry out and clear out, but winds really come down. It'll be breezy Tuesday morning. It won't be all that much cooler, but it will be not quite as windy, and I think it will be much, much clearer on our Tuesday morning. So there is some clearer weather in the forecast in the not too distant future. Just have to get through your Monday, your first alert. And then some changes on the way. In fact, let's go ahead and jump to that 7-day forecast. We do have some gorgeous weather on the way. It's not all bad news. We just got to enjoy the nice days of this work week while we have them, because there's probably going to be more inclement weather than nice weather, but some nice weather as well. For example, Tuesday, a nicer day. Upper 70s in the afternoon, upper 50s in the morning. Lots of sunshine on your Tuesday. Yes, still a little bit breezy, but in general, nothing too crazy out there. Happy Roots on YouTube asking how cold this weekend will be. There is that forecast Saturday, Sunday for the city of Atlanta. It's really not all that cold, but considering how warm and how consistently warm it has been there, it will be kind of a little bit of a shock to the system. By Saturday morning, temperatures mid to upper 30s across the metro, probably staying cooler than 60. And then probably another morning, upper 30s to near 40 inside the perimeter. Sunday morning, up to about 60 degrees. So our typically colder spots and outside of the perimeter could see some frost and possibly even a light freeze as we get into Saturday and Sunday morning. It's not really unusual at all for this time of year, but far cooler than it has been. So let's lay out the process. Here's your work week. Monday, scattered showers, much windier weather back in the forecast. Tuesday is going to be nice. And then Wednesday, showers moving back in. Happy Roots on YouTube asking about Hall and Banks counties. I would say mid-50s Saturday afternoon, upper 50s Sunday afternoon, mornings in the low to mid-30s Saturday and Sunday morning. So Hall, Banks County probably will wake up to some frost Saturday and Sunday morning. So shave maybe 5-6 degrees off of those temperatures you see on the 7-day forecast, and that's what I would expect up in the Gainesville area, Hall County area, Banks County area, a good handful of degrees cooler than the city of Atlanta. 73 Thursday, that's the next first alert after our Monday shot at showers. I think storms most likely Friday, but there will be periods of rain. And rain could be locally heavy on Thursday. Temperatures struggling to get to the mid-70s, so it's warm, but notice between morning mid-60s and afternoon lower 70s, not a big difference between morning and afternoon numbers on your Thursday. And again, here is the forecast in depth. We're going to break out that Thursday impact, and we'll kind of see what is going on there as far as the system as a whole. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's specifically Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, all day Thursday off and on, and then at least the first half or so, but could be the majority of our Friday, we will see some sort of impacts from the system. Rain, there will be several rounds of wet weather, first few showers, downpours Wednesday, kind of later in the day. I think the rainiest weather will actually be Thursday, and then that severe threat, maybe some stronger severe storms. It's a possibility, but not a certainty for our Friday. I think there could be a little bit of thunder on Thursday, but really watching Friday for that potential of strong to severe storms. And it will be very windy Friday, windier than our Monday system. We're talking widespread wind gusts, at least that potential 40 to 50 miles an hour, and of course stronger winds in and around thunderstorms, and in general could end up even windier than that. So it's an impactful storm system, and the system is going to shake up the pattern across North Georgia and metro Atlanta, really across much of the south and the southeast. And that's going to bring some sharply cooler air back into the forecast as we get into Saturday and on into Sunday. So happy roots on YouTube. Hopefully that answered your question. Marley, hello to you. Cody, Leo. Hopefully that did help answer that question to you. We have a question coming in on Facebook. Linda Banks watching from Cornelius, North Carolina, saying not spring yet, March brings snow. In the early spring, late winter, early spring, it's kind of a tricky setup. We always have these wild swings up and down, up and down, up and down this time of year. And in this part of the country, especially higher elevations, you can still squeeze out some wintry weather. As far as North Georgia is concerned, no strong signs of that occurring anytime in the near future. And we may have had our last wintry thread or chance for the season, but I don't think we're done with cold air, especially up in the mountains. In fact, I would not at all be surprised if we had another few frosts, 2 to 3, into the metro before all is completely said and done. And we certainly have that potential as early as this weekend. Saturday, Sunday mornings back in the 30s. That's for Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. And we know it's typically a bit colder outside of the perimeter away from the airport. So we're looking at freeze potential, a very light brief freeze, but a freeze threat nonetheless, Saturday and Sunday mornings. So it looks like comments have kind of slowed down a bit. And let's see, I do notice a new one, though, coming in from Max on Atlanta News First, the Facebook page. Again, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, Atlanta News First on YouTube, Atlanta News First on Facebook, the places to catch those comments. Max Goof, is there a first alert weather day? If so, I'm prepared to be all hands on deck protocol. No first alert weather days. Those are reserved for days where the weather's really intense, where the weather's dangerous. We'll be monitoring trends, looking at some of the new data coming in, but just a first alert is more synonymous with a heads up. Kind of like, your friend would say, heads up, water cooler talk. In the office, heads up, it's going to rain Thursday, that kind of thing. A first alert in this case is kind of synonymous with that. So first alert, ... heads up, ... There's going to be rainier, windier weather around tomorrow, scattered showers, and a first alert that Thursday and Friday will feature a few different rounds of rain and that potential for some strong to severe storms on Friday. Max, of course, you can be alert to active weather. It doesn't have to be severe, it doesn't have to be dangerous, it doesn't have to be a first alert weather day, especially if you have Friday outdoor plans or Thursday. Afternoon and evening outdoor plans. Certainly good to be alert to changing weather because rain can be impactful, and the rain Thursday probably will be heavy. It's going to pour across parts of the area, and if you live north of the city, could rain a good chunk of the day Thursday, Max. Hopefully that clarified that first alert criteria there for you Thursday into Friday. Appreciate everyone tuning in for watching, for the comments, Max and Linda and everyone else on YouTube Live. Appreciate the viewership. Again, you can give me a like and a follow. Cutter Martin, Cutter Martin on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook as well, any platform. And if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, even outside of what's going on tonight, tomorrow, this 7-day forecast, feel free to give me a holler. In fact, I did post a video detailing the system for local impacts as well as regional impacts. That's live right now on my Facebook page, Cutter Martin. But not just me, Ella Dorsey, Rodney Harris, Courtney Jacobazzi, Patrick Pete, and Jennifer Valdez, Fred Campania, the entire First Alert weather team. We're active on social media here to keep you informed, give you the first alert, answer any weather questions that you may have. We'll leave you with a live look of Centennial Olympic Park. It's a gorgeous evening, mild. We're dry for now, but rainier, windier weather. First alert is back in the forecast tomorrow, and your next newscast starts in about 40 minutes. We'll walk you through the forecast. Closer look at your work week starting at 9 p.m.